Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing Spirit Island. And yeah, it's kind of an interesting situation. I have a pretty good feeling. My spirits are now at the point where they are getting more and more powerful. And it is tricky. There are only 3 blights left. If these 3 blights should go away, it's over. So there's not a lot of room for mistakes here. Still, yeah, I mean, we're now in a position where we can already deal quite a bit of damage during a single turn. The problem is that it's still quite a few cards until we get to the next terror level. And if we make it to that level, to the next level, we win if there are no cities left. So at the moment there are just these 2 cities here, and it would be not a big deal, I think, to destroy these. But that's not enough. For the moment we have to destroy the cities and the towns, and that's going to be very hard. We got a lot of towns, and yeah, especially against the French. The French built pretty massively here, and we're also getting to the end of the second stage, so the next card is going to be stage 3, which is in a way even harder, although we don't have that escalation anymore going on. Well, we'll get to this. So let's start the next turn. There's no question what Thunder Speaker does. She has to reclaim the cards. So simply takes a card, and then we're allowed to draw 2 new cards here. Okay, so I ended up with Veil the Knight's Hunt. Cost is 1. Each Dahan deals 1 damage to a different invader or push up to 3 Dahan. And it's his fast power, so this gives me even more options with the Dahan. And then we got the Swarming Wasps, and it's a 0 cost. It has fire, air, and animals, which is good for me. Fast power, add a beast, or if target land has a beast, push up to 2 explorers. Now, because there are a lot of explorers on the board, because of these frontier explorers, I think the option to control explorers can be very helpful. And we often have these situations where there are 2 explorers on a board. So I think that's a good card here. And it also matches well with my elements. Okay, so I get only a single. No, that's actually not true. I get 2 energy. And the reason for that is because every spirit phase, each spirit gains +1 energy and +1 card play. So now overall I have 3 energy, and now I got to figure out what I want to do here. So I got an idea what I want to play, but before I actually will do this, I want to do the growth here. And I think for him it's now time for a power card. He can play this thing here, add a presence, 1 space. I think I want to place this here, and I might reconsider that, but I guess it's going here. And then I get a pretty good energy income. I already have 2 energy, so I think I can actually get a major power card now. So I'm going to draw from this deck, and let's hope that we got a good one here. Okay, so this is actually one of the cheapest major powers. It's just 2. It's really, really cheap. Unleash a torrent of the self's own essence. I think it's pretty powerful though, and it also gives me a fire, which is useful. I might need that. Sadly, it doesn't have anything of the others. But that's okay. It says it's fast, gain 4 energy, so it costs me 2 to pay though. to play. So gain 4 energy. You may forget a power card to gain 4 more energy. So I could remove a power card from the game to get another 4 energy. Pay X energy to deal X damage in a land at 0 distance. Okay, so I can do that in a land where I have a presence. But these are two different things. So I can either get the energy or I can pay the energy to deal the damage. But here's the thing. If I have 2 light and 3 fire, and this thing already has a fire and a light, and I always have 2 fire here, so I only have to play a card with another light, and I got cards with that, I can do both of these things. So I can first gain the energy, then pay the energy and do a lot of damage. And I think that's a very powerful option. So to get a major power, I have to forget a card. So I'm going to discard this card. I'm going to get rid of this. Cannot keep it. It doesn't go on the discard pile. It is basically removed from the game. I forget the card. And this goes now in my hand. That is an interesting card. Okay, and then I get 4 more energy. And now I got to figure out exactly my card play. So as we have more and more cards, we get more and more possibilities, and man, it took me really a long time to figure out what I want to do here, but I have to say I find this extremely enjoyable. This is such a good game. Okay, so let's see. So the only Ravage we will see. Oh, first I gotta pay for my cards, actually. I gotta pay 2 energy here. The others are only the 0 energy cards. I only have to pay for the sudden ambush. And here I have to pay 4 energy. Okay. So, now let's see. Ravage will take place in the jungle. Jungle is everywhere clear except for here. So we got to deal with that a little bit. That's not going to be a big deal though. I'm simply going to play my mark territory with scars and teeth. And that then simply allows me a defend 9. So, I mean, obviously this city will not do any damage in this way. I do 2 fear, which is good. So this goes down here. And then I'm going to push 2 Dahan. And I think I want to push the Dahan in here. So they can then deal with these guys later. That's the plan. I mean, I could also push them here, though. I don't know. Nah, but I think that's okay. I think I want to have them here. Okay, so that was that card. And this card, that's a little weird. I basically can, it doesn't really matter, gain 4 energy. I just play this card because I can't play it. I want to reclaim my cards next turn anyway. So there's not a lot I can, but I can basically gain energy in general. Gain 4 energy. So the card costs me 2, but I gain 4. So I will do this, and that's all I do. I could do this. I could pay X energy to deal X damage in a land at 0 distance, and that's the problem. So I could do it here, but there is totally no need because the Dahan will finish the job for me. So therefore, I can just save the 2 energy and let the Dahan do this. So this goes away, and now we got the fast powers over here. So let's see what I got. Here I got the swarming wasps. And I can either add a beast, which I don't want to do, or I can, if the target land has beasts, push up to 2 explorers. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to push one, I'm going to target this land here with the animals. I'm going to push one guy here and the other guy here. And he's going to try to ravage, but he's going to get killed by the Dahan. And let's see. Then, now let's see what I want to do. Do I want to try to destroy everything in here? Maybe. Can I do that? Possibly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do that. Yeah, let's do that. So I think what I want to do is I can gather up to 1 Dahan per air I have. So I got 5 air, so I could gather a lot of Dahan. I think this is my target land, and I'm gonna gather, I think, pretty much everyone in here. 2, and I'm gonna leave these 2 here, I guess. And then I can push 2 Dahan in here. There we go. Okay, great. That should do it, actually. Then it says destroy 1 city for every 2 Dahan in the target land. So, you know, actually I'm thinking, no, that's fine, yeah. Yeah, so I will do this. So I'm going to use my 2 powers, basically, and I'm going to destroy this. Oh no, it's not city, it's a town, but that's exactly what I meant. So here we go, and that means we trigger another fear card. This goes up, and then I'm going to play the ambush. You may gather 1 Dahan. I'm going to bring this guy in here, and then it says each Dahan destroys an explorer. So that's what happens here. Neat. So therefore, we pretty much have only 1 ravage action without any problems, and we're going to see only build in a single area. If things go the way I hope they will. Okay, so that's it for now. These have been the fast powers. I just have to kind of, again, mark that I already did all this. And then we go to the invader phase, and let's do the event card. Okay, so it is a blighted island. The land's bounty exhausted. It lands without a presence. It only takes 1 damage to add a blight. Okay, that's not an issue, luckily. Is it? Oh, shit. Oh yeah, okay, we have a presence here, so we're good. Grim Toll. On each board, choose a land with disease. In that land, 2 damage to invaders and 2 damage to Dahan. Yeah, okay, so basically we have to take this board here, and therefore we have to destroy a Dahan. And I'm going to destroy a town, so we generate more fear. And then here there's no Dahan, so let's deal 2 damage to the city. I'm not sure if I can destroy the city, but what if I mean, I could also try to get rid of the explorer and deal 1 damage to the city. Do I want to do that? You know, no, maybe I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to do 2 damage to the city. Maybe the beasts, the animals can do something. We'll figure that out later. Tell the old stories. Each spirit with at least 2 Dahan among its lands either reclaims 1 power card, or I'm going to go with a massive power fart, or regains a unique power it previously forgot. Interesting. Let me think about that. I wonder when these cards go exactly on the discard pile. So can I already reclaim these cards? So the fast powers, for example, or not? This guy might actually consider grabbing this card. Yeah, I think I want to do that. It's not bad. I'm going to get this card. I might even consider taking another major power and forget this card again. So I think this is pretty cool. But here, I'm not sure. Gotta check that. Okay, so power cards are actually discarded during the time passes phase. So therefore, she doesn't get anything out of this. Okay, so this goes here. And now we're going to resolve the fear cards. And we are now at terror level 2. Each player removes, so it's isolation. Each player removes 1 explorer or town from a land with 2 or fewer invaders. Okay, that is actually pretty good. I think I'm going to remove this one here. And over here, I guess I'm going to remove this one here. So that's really good. And that removes obviously the strife, but still, I mean, that I think that was a good choice. That's a good card. And the next one is then Sense of Dread. Oh, on each board, remove 1 guy or... that sucks. That's not good at all. Remove 1 explorer or town from a land matching a Ravage card. So that's bad. I mean, here it really doesn't matter, but here we basically lose a fear because we have to do it. This is not optional from what I understand. And therefore, it doesn't generate fear because we didn't destroy it. It just goes away. So that kind of sucked. But okay, I mean, yeah, overall I think there's actually not that much to destroy at the moment, right? There's just a few settlements left here. So maybe we can finish this game, but of course there's going to be... I mean, yeah, it's not... It will take a while. Okay, so we're done with the fear action. Now we go to the Ravage phase, and there is no ravaging going on anywhere. There are no invaders anywhere here. So next we go to the build phase, and again there's not a lot going on here. Here not, but here there will be a building. And let me see, isn't there something special? Slave labor. After invaders build on a land with 2 or more guys. Ah man, I couldn't remove these. So we're gonna get a lot going on there. Here we have a city. Dude, that's rough. And they're going to remove one of them and also build a town there. Maybe I should have tried to get rid of these. Yeah, that's a lot, man. There is a lot going on here. Okay. So let me see. Let me check that quickly here. Yeah, that was the slave labor. Okay. So that was built, and then we do explore, and they explore in the sand. All right. So that means they're going to place a guy here, here, so pretty much everywhere, here, and here. And it's still the escalation, so therefore, if it has, we got to pick one of these lands on each board. If it has a city or town, add a blight, otherwise add a town. So that means I'm going to add a town here, and I'm going to add a town here. All right. Yeah, well, okay, got to live with that. Now this moves on. And that's it. Okay. So that now we go to the slow powers. Okay, so I guess what I want to do is, I'm not sure if it's necessary, but I don't want to take the risk. I will place a strife here underneath the city with my Twilight Fog Brings Madness. And so add a strife, push a Dahan, each remaining Dahan takes 1 damage. So I'm going to push a Dahan, I think I'm going to push him in here. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm actually going to push him over here. Huh. I'm going to push him there, yeah. And then this guy would take a damage, but that has no effect because he will recover at the end of the turn anyway. And then I got this one here, the Voice of Thunder, push up to 4 Dahan, or if invaders are present, 2 Fear. Wait a minute, that is an interesting one. I got... Okay, I got this one going on here. Each Dahan deals damage equal to the number. I mean, Okay, I'm going to use my Voice of Thunder, and I'm going to move all these guys in here. Okay, so that's it. And then we got the slow power here. I cannot do a lot here. I only played these 2 cards, so I basically just got 2 animal markers because of this here and this one here. I have enough fire, and so I can only do 1 damage and an additional damage. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to move this guy over here, and I'm going to destroy a town. So I do 2 damage, so yeah. I got to move 1 guy in here if I want to do that. If you don't have a presence in target land, gather 1 of your presence. So this one moves here, and then we destroyed a town there. Oh, and actually, oh fuck. No, I was right. It's all fine. I thought I forgot to shift these, but I'm okay here. Okay, so that's it. Gonna discard all that stuff. And now I have a feeling we're doing really good. So just want to give you an idea about how much thought for me actually, about how much thought I have to put into this. It takes me about an hour to do one turn, maybe 3/4 of an hour for each turn. So there's really a lot going on. I mean, for most people, this is a fast game, but I find it pretty hard with two spirits, really go through all the options. But I have to say, there's pretty much no other game where I enjoy it that much, this whole puzzle process, as I do it here. And this one, actually, oh, wait a second, actually. You know what? I think I'm not... I could destroy the city. That's interesting. I could destroy the city here. The question is if I want to do that. Do I prefer... Maybe I actually want to do that. Yeah, I want to do that. I'm going to move... This city was down to, I think, to 2 health points. So I'm going to move one guy in here, and instead I'm going to simply destroy the city. So that means I generate 1 more fear. All right. Interesting. That is exciting. I wonder if there's a chance for me now to destroy everything in here. It's not that much, right? We only have this here. This is not easy, but I got some powers. We got this shit down here. We got a town here, we got a town here. And we got a town here. It's probably not quite enough. Well, okay, let's see. Yeah, let's go into the next turn. So what I want to do, that's an easy one. I want to reclaim my cards. Fuck that. And again, I have that problem. If I reclaim the cards, I can only add a presence where I already have one. But okay. And I think I'm gonna unlock the animal thing. That will help me here. So where do I want to add that? I think I'm gonna, yeah, probably just place it in here. All right, and now cards go back in my hand. And, well, let's see, we got to work together here, right? We got to work with the Dahan. That's mainly her job, but he can also do a lot with the Dahan. And, interesting, really interesting. Okay, I think I can finish this game in this turn if nothing bad happens during the events. But I'm not sure. So let's see. So the first plan is hazards spread across the island. Choose a type of token. And I'm going to choose disease that exists in an adjacent land. So we got disease here, and I'm going to place disease here. Choosing disease costs 1 energy, and then I can add a disease into this area. And that means they're not going to build there when they would do it the next time. All right. So there's actually even a couple of cards where I'm not even sure if I need to play. But I just played pretty much everything I had. So now, let me see what I want to do. Yeah, we got the option to gather Dahan into this area here. And I will gather, actually, I think 5 Dahan in here. So we can take these, and then I'm going to take these. And then I'm going to push to the Han. I can't push to the Han. And I want to push them down here. All right. Hope that's good enough. Does that make sense? Or do I want to use this as my target land? Maybe that's a better choice. I gotta be a little careful here. That I don't mess this up. Okay. I want to prevent building here somehow. But I'm not sure if I get this done. Shit. What about this? Okay. Yeah, so I think what I have to do is I have to take this with me in here. And now let's see. Yeah, that should work. Okay, now here I'm gonna play Veil the Knight's Hunt. So this was the Gather the Warriors. All right. Then I'm gonna play Veil the Knight's Hunt. Each Dahan deals 1 damage to a different invader. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna kill this guy, and I'm gonna do 1 damage to this one here. And then I'm gonna do Lead the Furious Assault, destroy 1 town for every 2 Dahan in the target land, so I can now destroy this town. So there's not going to be any building here, and there's not going to be any building going on here either. Okay, so then we still got this stuff going on. I'm not even sure what I want to do, to be honest here. I don't even have to play that card, it seems. Yeah, I don't think I need that. I'm going to play that card. No, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. There's no way I can actually play this card. It doesn't really make any sense. Okay, that's not going to work out, but that's okay. So just forget about it. I played it basically for the sun symbol to use the Lead the Furious Assault. Otherwise I could not have, this would not have triggered. Okay, over here I'm going to play the Marked Territory with Scars and Teeth. Fuck that. And again I made a mistake. Shit. Shit. Okay, just a moment. I don't know if that works. 2, let me see. They're going to do... That might not be enough, actually. Fuck. Let me think about that a moment. Okay, shit. I got to undo this. That doesn't work that way. So, but I think that's okay. We have no additional information or no crazy stuff going on. So, just let me see how that was. I think 1 guy was here, right? And then we had, I think, 3 guys in here. I think it was like, oh, I think there were actually 4 over here. Yeah, I think it was like that. So I just have to make sure that I kill these guys. Let's put that back in. So there was a guy in here, right? And I think that's it. Okay, so that's, I need more guys here. I need basically 2 here because I forgot that I have to push 2 Dahan with this card out of this area. And okay, so man, That doesn't really work, does it? It seems I cannot really pull that off. I gotta check again. This isn't easy. Okay, I think I got the solution. The key word is this. During Ravage, the Han and target land deal damage simultaneously with invaders. And now it really becomes a thing because I can do this here. So I'm going to do the same, exactly the same way as I did it before. And yeah, nothing will change here. So I play just the same way. I just do exactly the same as what I did before. With the exception that the card that I could not use, where I didn't know what to do with, I'm going to use this card on this area. The problem is, fuck, I don't have a, I need a presence here. God damn it. That's crazy. Okay, man. Well, I could place my presence instead of here, maybe here. Does that work? I think that would work. Nah, not really. I need a presence there, and I need a presence... Shit, now I don't have the presence here, so I cannot play that stupid card. Incredible. Actually... Okay, wait a minute. I gathered them all in here. So you know what I can do? I'm going to place my presence here instead. And I'm going to gather... I'm not even sure why this... Wasn't there a presence here anyway? That's a little weird. Yeah, I think I gathered the presence from here to here. I'm simply going to take this presence instead. Yeah, when I gathered the guys here, gather up to 1 Dahan per air. So I took them from here and here and brought them here, and then I pushed them down here. And instead taking this presence, I'm simply going to take this presence, put it here, and now I can play this card on this area. And I can do the defend 3 over here, and now it simply says during Ravage and target land deal damage, Dahan deal damage simultaneously with invaders. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And now we gotta do this stuff here. Basically I don't even use this card, I think. I just don't play the card. I just take it for the symbols, I think. This guy, he gains again. We have now 2 light, 1, 2, and we have easily 3 fire. So I can get 4 energy. And then just a minute. Okay, I think I can't do it. I think I just can't quite pull it off. But okay. Anyway, I'm going to follow my plan here now. So what I want to do is I'm going to pay, not that much actually, just 3 energy to destroy these guys here. So that gives me another fear. Okay, that's it. So there's not going to be any new buildings going on here, but we're not going to be able to destroy these. But I think we can easily do it at the start of the next turn. Okay, so that's it. And now we come finally to the event phase. So let's see what happens. We're still, I think we're now in stage 3 because it says 3 here. Courage of the crowd. Invaders do not ravage in lands unless there are more invaders than the current terror level. Okay, that doesn't have any effect because that will happen here. Prey on the heedless. In each land with an animal, 1 damage per animal. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do a damage here. Oh, wait a minute, god damn. I did forget this thing completely. So we gotta kill this guy, otherwise he would have built there. Holy moly, I didn't see this, stupid sucker. And then leave the hostile land. In each land, push 1 Dahan per wasteland or badland or disease to lands without badland or disease. Okay, so that is about this. So I will move in here, I guess. Yeah, and there's no Dahan here, and there's no Dahan here. So that's that. We got no fear card. And therefore we now go to the ravage phase. Okay, so here we have now these words of warning going on. We have a defense of 3. That's not great. We get a blight there. Okay. This thing does not attack. I got to remove it though. Here, so this goes away. And now the Dahan and the invaders deal damage simultaneously. So that means we get 7 damage here. So only 1/2 guy of the Dahan will survive. On the other hand, I can destroy the city. That is 3. I can deal 8 damage, right? So I can destroy the city. 1 and 1, so that's 3, 5, 7, and I can also destroy this guy. So the Dahan are killed, and that means I gotta remove, for each Dahan destroyed, destroy 1 of your presence within 1 range. So there's only this presence here, so I gotta destroy this presence. That was a big loss for us, but also for the invaders. And Thunder Speaker is in heavy grief, but I mean, okay. And that means we did 2, 3, and another 1. So another fear card goes down here, and we did a lot of damage up there. Okay, that was Ravage. Now we come to Build. And here we have a disease, so no one will build there. Here's nobody, here's nobody, here's nobody. So we don't see any building going on, and I was really lucky over there. And finally we go to stage 3, and you can see now in stage 3, we've got 2 landscapes. So they will explore in the sand. So they're going to send a guy in here. Going to send a guy in here, someone in here, and also someone in here, and then they will also explore in the mountains. All right, so someone goes here, here. Oh no, actually not. Nobody goes here because there is no settlement adjacent and also no coastal area. But here and here it will happen. Now there is no escalation, but successfully and with no cities, or we got to add another explorer. So that means pretty much everywhere except here not. Well, not everywhere, right? We got to add another explorer. Here, here, and here, I think. Okay, so that's it. This moves all here. And I'm pretty optimistic that now during the fast spirit phase, it should be no problem for me to pretty much destroy the remaining settlements on the board. So let's see. And I was again too hasty. I forgot my slow powers, right? So I can do this. Each Dahan deals damage equal to the number of presence in the target land. So that allows me to destroy this town here. So we get another Ophir. So this board is completely free of settlements now. And then I got this one, and it has to be, and I got this one. The problem is, it has to be at range 0. Yeah, that sucks. I cannot attack here because it does only damage to, I mean, I could destroy at least the explorers, right? And I cannot attack here because I don't have the range of 0. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna play this. And I'm going to destroy the explorers. That's at least something. With this ferocious rampage. And then I got this still going on. The death that approaches. I'm going to move one guy over here. And I mean, I wonder. Nah, it's going to be fine. Yeah, and then I'm going to simply destroy this town. Okay, that's it. And then we go into the next round, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the last one. Okay, now we're going to see the last turn, and that's going to be a quick one. So basically, we just see a growth phase here where she just places whatever two here. It doesn't matter at all. I mean, I'm just doing it and gets an energy, and that's everything she will do. And then here he simply reclaims the cards, and he's gonna add a present, I don't know, possibly here. Yeah, doesn't matter either. And then he's getting 6 energy. And he will play this one again. Unleash a torrent of the self's own defense. And also that one, because I need 2 sun. Mark territory with scars and teeth. So we're going to spend 4. And then now we're going to go into the fast power phase, and I'm gonna get back 4 here, and now I can simply destroy this one here by, I don't know, like paying 15 energy and just obliterating these guys completely here. And yeah, that's it. I managed to destroy all the settlements, and therefore I managed to win this. Okay, I mean, just a few thoughts about this game. I don't want to do a review here or something. I'm just not a reviewer. So obviously, you've realized by now that I really, really enjoy this game. And it is possibly my number 1 game by now. Components, there's not a lot to say about that. I mean, these are really solid components. There's nothing outstanding here, but I don't want crazy miniatures in this situation or something. It would just make things harder to distinct.
it is a Euro game, obviously, and it has the components you expect from a Euro game. However, I think that the artwork is really great. It is an outstanding art in my opinion. I mean, you got I think hundreds of cards, and they're all unique. You got beautiful artwork here for the spirits, different styles, different types. I think they have a lot of different artists from what I know. So it is really, I think this game is really a beauty. If you don't like this Euro style board where, I mean, what you can do is you always have the option, you can flip the boards, they're all double-sided, and then you can play on a more realistic looking board. And it looks pretty awesome if you have multiple of these together, actually. But it also makes the game clearly harder, right? It's harder to distinguish these, and the setup conditions, I think they're also kind of different and a little harder. It is part of the difficulty scaling of this game. And this is, by the way, something I love about this game too, that that you can flip this and play here, and it's supposed to be a higher difficulty then. And so let's talk quickly about the things, I mean, apart from the art that I really love about this. So one is that you can really, it's a highly customizable game in a way. There is so many things you can change here. We have all the different spirits with a very different style, so there is something you can choose from. You have the difficulty that you can scale up. So we have, for example, I don't know, maybe like, I'm not sure, I would say close to 10, maybe 8 of these adversaries here. And they're all really different enemies with their special loss conditions sometimes, as all of them have this specific stage 2 escalation and then these specific game effects here. And each of them offers you 6 different difficulty levels. So, I mean, that in itself is already a big thing. Then the game comes with specific scenarios. And I've never played these, but there are like, just a second. Okay, so we have like 10 different scenarios here. And this does not include the Nature Incarnate expansion, which I haven't even opened yet. And there is a ton of content there too. I think they have 10 more ghosts or spirits and maybe even more of that stuff. I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot here. And they do all kind of crap. For example, what is that? Once per turn, each spirit may play a power card face down. Ah, okay, so you can basically, holy moly, pay 2 energy per blight and 2 energy per to add a warding pattern. Each warding pattern grants defend 3 in its land. They are destroyed anytime a blight is added. Okay, I have no clue what this is about, but there is a lot going on here. And so one, for example, makes simply every power fast. Guard the Isle's heart. Additional loss condition. Anytime after turn 1 there is a town or a city in an inner land. And then there is a definition what inner lands mean. And so there is very different place options in this game. And you have a lot of them. But I mean, I've never played with that, and I know a lot of people who never did, because this main core game is already more than enough. Apart from that, I mean, look at this here. This is an event pile, and this is what we use, right? You have a ton of additional fear cards. This is not all of them. The Blighted Island cards, this is one. You use one per game. I think there's like 12 or something out there. So tons and tons of replayability here. You can build the island also pretty much in any way you want, right? I mean, you could do it, for example, like this, which would obviously change the game quite a bit. It is even possible to add additional boards. So if I play a two-player game, I could add a third board to increase the difficulty if this is something I would like. Let's say I could even see it the other way around. If it's so hard for me, if I play, I don't know, a three-player game, maybe I could even play just with two if I'm a total beginner and play it on less boards. I mean, it probably doesn't... It's not a real challenge, but you could do it. It would be fine. The game has an insane replayability. I've already said all the content here. Then you have all these ghosts. I think if you take them all as spirits, I don't know why I always say ghosts. If you take them all, you have like between 40 and 50 spirits. And they're all really different. I mean, sometimes really, really different, right? We've already seen it here to a certain extent. Basically, all she does is she just controls the Dahan. All the damage she deals by controlling the Dahan. And this guy, he's slow, and he focuses on single spots where he can do a lot of damage, which is innate with his innate power often. And he plays more directly. Although he still managed to get some the Dahan to play with. And that's an interesting part here, because if you play with another spirit, you can try interesting combinations. So she used the Dahan, and that made it more attractive for him to also use them to a certain extent. So he got these 2 extra cards, and then she could help him, you know, pushing the Dahan in specific spaces here, and he could then also use them to add to their more stationary, his more stationary aspect. He could then also use the Dahan to improve his abilities there. So really fascinating options here. The powers, I mean, what can I say? Look at this, right? It's insane. This is the major power deck. I use just one of them. And I haven't seen most of these powers I haven't seen in action yet. And there is some crazy shit in there. I mean, really insane things. There is actually even one power that adds a complete additional board, right? I mean, you're such a powerful spirit that you kind of create a new part of the island, and you can add an additional board. But basically you do not suffer the negative effects of the board, but you get more space for your blights to cascade in and stuff like that. I mean, it's really crazy shit that you can do. And the development of the spirits, man, I don't even know how to praise this game enough, right? So this makes it an insane, stupid review. And yeah, it's just like, I'm all over the place. I'm so excited about this game. The development of the spirits is so well done, right? At the start, okay, what can I do? Well, fine. get 1 or 2 energy, play 1 card, maybe 2 cards, and that's it. And you're struggling to defend maybe a single town or something, right? And somehow to avoid the first actions, but it's really not easy. And after a while, when you're getting more and more and more powerful, man, you're controlling half the island, blasting everything away, and it feels so amazing if you I don't know, you can do a tsunami or a thunderstorm and just just destroy all these settlements. It's really rewarding. It's so great. Ton of fun. Okay, so let me try to come to a conclusion here. So, wonderful art in my opinion. Fantastic character progression. An insane replayability. And I have to say here, this is one of the few games where I really say after playing, man, I just want to play this again. I just want to play it right away, immediately again. Leave it on the table, play it again, and play it again. I've played these games 5 or 6 times in a row without any problems. I cannot do that with any other game that I own. This has there's so much to explore. It's insane. And the only thing you maybe could criticize, and I mean there's also this wonderful depth during gameplay, of course. There's so many ways to approach this this puzzle, right? It is so deep. The idea, this distinction between fast and slow powers, which is at the start very annoying and it's really hard to learn. But if you get deeper into it, it is so fascinating and it gives you so much to think about. So the main thing I would criticize is there is quite a steep learning curve here. I mean, I already said you can kind of mitigate that a little bit by simply playing a very low difficulty. And so you could also play at the start, you play without the events, for example. That is totally possible. The events come with expansions, so the core game didn't even include them. So you could play without events, but then you also kinda, if you add a lot of these expansion powers, so they need the events. For example, you could not use the animals, the disease, all that kind of stuff, the strife. This comes all with expansions. So all these tokens here, you basically could ignore them during the first place. No events, ignore these tokens. You can play without a Blighted Island card and just place a couple of blights here. And then you don't have this additional effect. That's also a concept for beginners that they added. And then you just use these very basic spirits from the base game or the Horizons, and you have you have kind of trimmed it down a bit, but still, for beginners, it's not easy. Not because there are many rules, but I have the experience mainly because you have this slow and fast power issue, and this way to not directly but kind of indirectly interacting with the board by using the Dahan, right? You cannot really you have to move them around and then they do damage by defending themselves and stuff like that. This is not so easy to grasp, but you could at the start basically play ghosts that don't really use this control aspect so much. Like, I mean, she is she does that heavily obvious. And then you can try to avoid that at least to a certain point. But this is not, there are a couple of challenges to really get this game. And it turned me off at the beginning a lot. When I played this a couple of years ago for the first time, I didn't like the game at all. I played it with someone else, it was not my copy, and after a few turns, I basically lost any interest, and I didn't know what to do, right? I was totally overwhelmed by what was going on there. I just played a couple of cards, and there was no real planning involved anymore. After I lost I just lost it after a few turns, and then it just didn't work at all. And that is maybe another criticism. I have a feeling the game is best if you play it solo. I mean, I've read a lot of other things. Many people enjoy it multiplayer, and maybe it is cool multiplayer if you play with guys that know the game pretty much the same as you do, right? If you're all on one level, and if you understand the game and you're not struggling with your own spirit so badly that you're just focusing on your own stuff, so that you still have the option to kind of plan with the other guys. But I think that makes it very hard, because you have to, if you play basically with somebody else, you don't only have to understand your own spirit, you also have to understand the other spirit too, because you have to know, okay, what can he do? At least to a certain point, you have to understand what are the options that he has, so that you can discuss them with the other player. And I think it's pretty hard to get there, right? Because usually if you play this, you're just focused on your own spirit. I already mentioned it. If I play two spirits, it takes me forever to do a single turn. I'm sitting here like half an hour, often 3/4 of an hour for a single turn. If you play that with someone else, nobody's willing to do that, right? I mean, a game of that takes me like 4 to 5 hours. And I love that. I love that extreme puzzle. But I don't really think you can you can do that with many other people. So this is a game I would usually prefer to play solo. Okay, so I guess that's all I have to say for now. It is absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and one last thing, the theme. I've not talked about that. I think the theme is so strong in this one, and that's also something that makes it such a great game. You have the cards and you can really, when you play these turns out, and you have your card combination, I really see stories in my mind from these cards. It's not just, I don't read just this and see the elements. I get this, okay, bats scout for raids in darkness, mark territory with scars and teeth. I can really see how it works. That, okay, the Dahan are running away because they see I will be coming probably soon. There are the invaders that wake up in the morning and they see that, and they become afraid of what's going on there. And it's so, I really see these stories before my eyes, and I think it works just great. I think it's a very strong theme in this game. Some people deny that. They say there is no theme at all, and I find that ridiculous. I don't get that criticism at all. Okay, anyway, so fantastic game. If you can still get it, and there is a problem here because greater than games, yeah, they are in a massive financial crisis, and especially for some of the expansions, you got to pay a ton at the moment. There might be reprints because it's a very successful game, but man, I don't know. So if you can get it, really think about it. It is a fantastic game. Okay, so yeah, hope to see you on the next video. Bye.